Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Basically, I just wanted to talk about a peace deal that the United States of America has arranged between the DRC, the government of the DRC, and the government of Rwanda. So it is a good idea, but one of the things is that we don't understand until today is that this war that has been going on in the eastern parts of the DRC, as we all know, has been based upon the natural resources of the DRCs. That's what people know in the world anyway, and that's the fact. And people been talking about Western countries, Europe, and some countries in Europe like France, and we could say the United Kingdom as well, and other countries that I don't really know, who are involved in this as well, who have been involved in this in terms of supporting the rebels, the fighting in the Eastern DRCs, and in order to exploit the natural resources. So we all know as well that the United States has been behind that as well, because a lot of activists been talking about, a lot of organizations been talking about the United States be supporting these rebels, this fighting, of the rebels, providing the rebels with arms, munitions, in order to fight the FRDC, the Force Army of the Republic Democratic of Congo, So yeah, but today we got a news. We are having a news. We got a news already that that the United States is not supporting a peace deal, a peace accord deal, which need to be signed by both governments. And then, we've heard as well, we know and we've heard that in the news some few years back, that the president of the DRC, Felix Tshisekedi, been talking about Rwanda, about basically talking about the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, who is the main actor of sending troops, Rwanda's troops to the eastern part of the DRC in order to fight alongside the rebels, and in order to control all the mines, or the mines in the eastern part of the DRC. So basically, one of the things is just that the president of Rwanda denied it, so many times. He said, no, it's not me. I don't know, it's a problem of the DRC. The war started a long time ago. They're the one who need to take charge about their own country, their sovereignty. They can't be blaming other countries about what's going on in their countries, basically what's going on in the DRC. That was the reply of the president of Rwanda. But most people been saying, and some organizations as well, have proof, of Rwanda soldiers, of Rwanda's army, fighting along the rebels, the M23, if I could say that, but the rebels, we don't need to mention the names, but just the rebels, because those names are just like, it's just a way to kind of hide certain truths, but so basically that's what's been going on. And even though this war it's been going on for years, and it hasn't been covered in the Western media or in the mainstream media. But the world knows that it's been going on for years. For years. We've seen how the war in Ukraine has awakened people in terms of mostly the Europeans. In terms of the value of peace. In their lands. In their countries. Ukrainians have been mourning about what's been going on in their countries, about Russia attacking and all that and things like that, provoking wars in their countries, and they wasn't happy about it, so they got a lot of help, from the international government or international bodies, in order to help them rebuild or in order to help them fight, the Russians, the army of the Russian Federations. So but today the main points really that I wanted to talk about all these scenarios or all that's been going on, is mostly about if we could say it's mostly about who I've talked about now, because the Rwanda now, since we know that they're going to sign a peace deal, a peace deal with between the Rwanda and the DRC, with the mediator, with the USA as the mediator of this peace deal. So we should just ask we should ask ourselves some questions. Has the United States have been blaming Rwanda, when the governments of the DRC of Congolese people have been mourning about what's been going on in the eastern people's been raping, women, the soldiers, rebels been raping women, and they've been, trafficking peoples and all that. Basically, all those horrible things that's been going on there. We don't need to mention it because it's all been recorded, it has been known already. But and why today Rwanda will accept to sign a peace deal, peace accord, the accord of peace, the peace deal, basically, an accord of peace, So we don't know why they would accept to sign it, because the president of Rwanda said that they don't know anything about it, They don't know anything about it. They are not involved in the war in the DRC. They're not supporting any rebels. There's no troops, no troops, or no Rwanda troops in the DRC soil, or they haven't been basically, fighting alongside the rebels. They wasn't involved. So why today they would sign a peace deal alongside the government of the USA, which is the mediator, So why would they accept it? Why would they accept to sign? Is there anything going wrong? Are they basically kind of in amnesia or something? Are they forgetting what they've been telling the world recently? Or basically, or what's been recorded in the language, or in the situations, or in the times that they have been asking them those questions, to take responsibility, to take account of what they've been doing. We all know that they denied it. They said no, but if they denied it, they said no from a long time ago when we posed those problems, on media, in the media. Why would they basically say that today, because the USA says that we need to sign a peace deal, so we need to sign it, and they're going to sign it as well? That makes them guilty of of the situation of their accounts, basically, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're being put into and it's put into a situation where they don't have anything else but to accept that. So are they really the author of the war in the DRC? Was it for natural resources, minerals, so you can go pass through Rwanda so they can sell it there? Because we know that Rwanda has been the first exporter of, I don't know, uranium or some of other precious materials, minerals in the DRC. They are the first, but they don't have it in their soil. So we need to know, and we need to look back in the map as well of the Kingdom of Congo or the Republic Democratic. Let's just say the Kingdom of Congo, not even the Republic, the Kingdom of Congo. Where was where was the boundaries basically? In terms of map. That this was Rwanda included in the Kingdom of Congo, or Uganda and Burundi and all those countries. We need to ask ourselves those questions. But the point really of my video was just to really try to understand why are the Rwandese or why are Rwanda governments really accept to sign those deals. If they sign those peace deal, I'm not saying that they shouldn't sign it. They should sign it because we want peace, and there is already peace, because when they're talking about signing a peace deal, that means there is already peace. We have come to a conclusion that we need peace, that peace has to reign in those territories. It's a fact. It's how it is anyway. So, but when we sign it, we need to take consideration as well, take into account what has been going on, what has been said before the signing of those peace deals. That would be a very good thing, because it will take into account many people who will try in the future to try to disturb some of the peace, not just peace in terms of war, but peace also in terms of I don't know, of a lot of things, of a lot of science, because we need to learn from certain feelings, peace, it's a feeling, it's a feeling. So it's really important for you to know about it. And but anyways, we know already that they're going to sign it. I think I read one of the one of the lady on Twitter, I think, saying that they're going to sign it on Friday the 27th, which is today. So yeah, but why would Rwanda sign it? That's the question we need to know about it. You guys talk about it, and we need to know why. That make them guilty of knowing that they have been supporting the rebels, So that's where we stand now, where I stand in my comprehensions of these problems, But congratulations anyway to them, to both countries, both governments. They are doing a good work so that peace can reign in the continent, and in particular in Central Africa and in Africa altogether, and in the world as well, because there are a lot of wars going on, in certain areas or certain countries, So yeah, we need peace in the world, and peace has to reign, So thank you very much. You guys can put some your thoughts on the comment section and talk about. You can make a video about it. It's really good, and let's talk about it, open this conversation, because there's been a lot of killing. We can even say it's been a genocide, because the number of people who have been killed, have been raped, who have been, I don't know, amputated, it's just, big. It's a big thing, you know. It has been, you know, really big, you know. So very good. But yeah, let's talk about it and let's see how we can we can change things for our own interests, you know, so that so that peace can reign and we can, you know, all move forward in terms of reconstructions of our country, of our provinces, you know, of the Congo, and then you know, even of the Kingdom of Congo, because all those countries were signing those peace deals. You know, that means that we need to break the barriers of boundaries of map and all that. You know, because we are one people, so we need to we all know that we need to be one nation. You know, one nation. That's Africa. You know, Africa is a nation, one nation anyway. So, but yeah, we from the Congo in the central part of Africa, that's where the lights need to rise and enlighten or illuminate, you know, Africa and the world. You know, so peace. I really appreciate that idea of peace deal, but we don't need to just forget about what's been going on, what has been said by people regarding this war, because, you know, that's been going on. We need to talk about it, you know, so that we can find other solutions, so that it don't repeat itself again, you know. So that's one of the things, so that it don't repeat itself. So that's why we need to talk about why Rwanda has been denying them getting involved or being involved in the war in the DRC, you know. So that's really a good thing, and that's really what I really wanted to talk about. And I'm not blaming Rwanda, or I'm not saying that Rwanda are guilty, or Rwanda have how can I say, they have basically failed, you know, in the idea of, or in the idea of thinking that, of saying that they are not they are not really in how can I say it? They are not the promoter of, you know, the war, you know. They haven't been supporting rebels. It's not their problem or the things like that. But when we see that, if only they sign that peace deal, and then peace, which is already there, and it's just it's a matter of signing it in paper, and so that it can be documented that yes, this country and this country signed a peace deal, and then this country breached the peace deal accord, so that country can be blamed or can be sanctioned according to the law of sovereignty, you know. So yeah, the Congo is sovereign, Rwanda is sovereign, all the lands on the earth are sovereign, and so the Congo have the right to talk about it and to mention what has been going on, and to establish how can they arrange its cities where they go, where war has been going on, like Goma, Ituri, those places and that, you know. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And yeah, please help me understand what's been going on, because this is just the information that I've been getting. I don't know if it's legit information or it's wrong information, but I believe it's right, because, you know, that's what's been trending on the net, you know. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good day.